Welcome to Show and Sell, the show that celebrates digging through other people's trash. Hello, Trash Dragons. This is Show and Sell. I am Trash Dragon of the West, Chris. That is my guitar, Mr. Blankenship.
Hello, Mr. Blankenship.
Oh.
He says hello back.
I'm Shady. I'm Trash Dragon of the South. Sorry, Chris. What do you sell?
What do I sell? I sell mostly media on eBay and Discogs.
Oh, I sell mostly clothing, and accessories, and anything sparkly and unique is what I'm constantly on the hunt for.
And I'm Joe. I'm Trash Dragon of the East, and I sell the ing part of clothing. I sell
the ephemeral ing.
I just sell a little bit of everything. I don't have a specialty, but I do have for example, I'm sending out this a Ballantine Blueprints poster of a Sherman tank that I've had sold last night. So got to package it up and drop it off at the mail later today.
So those were 4 words that don't go together: Valentine's Blueprint,
Sherman tank.
Yeah,
Ballantine with a B.
Ballantine.
So you never know how many Ballantines there were in the Panzer Division. So yeah, I don't think there were any. The Ballantines were a steadfast British family, quite noble. There's an actor.
I enjoy their paperbacks,
and that's the same Ballantines.
Anyway, so let us move on to the item that brought you joy. Katie, would you like to go first?
Yes, thank you. That's why my hand was raised.
Yes.
I was unable to show this rabbit the other week when our theme was bunny on Easter, so I would like to show him now because he's great. He is carved out of wood.
Whoa.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Pretty cool. I got him in Ashland, Oregon at an antique mall, and somebody makes them, and I'm into it.
That is insane. That I didn't even it took a while for me to notice the kind of end of the wood. So it's really a big chunk of driftwood that they carved it out of.
Which I think woodworking to me is one of those things where I would love to think that I could do it, but sculpting is something you either see in 3D or you don't, right? And I just don't. I have a hard time sort of visualizing certain things. I don't know how someone would see a block of wood and be able to carve this. So it's fascinating to me. And someone was very talented in Ashland, Oregon. Good job. Often there's also some store that just caters to people that whittle and wood carve. I saw it because I didn't know what this store was, and it's a chain. It's like Joann's. It's like a chain for wood carving. I don't remember what it's called.
Wow.
It was bizarre. But it's like you have to buy a kit. It's an expensive hobby.
Yeah, I bet.
You got to buy the wood. You got to learn how to do it, and you have to have all of these different kinds of knives and whittling. I
just imagine that the name of the store is Our Whittle Friends.
I wish. No, it's like Hansen and Hansen or something like. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like 2 guys that got together and did a thing. It could be a law firm. It could be a wood carving. It doesn't. You'll never know. It was bizarre.
That's nice.
I was surprised that there was an entire store dedicated to it. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. Joseph, would you like to go?
For about 2 weeks, about a week and a half, I was doing a side gig, doing inventorying a poster collection. Yeah. And this was somebody who dealt with a lot of opera. They wrote a book about opera posters, and did a lot of they collected and sold and dealt. And there was a lot of posters in there, and a lot of them were not opera posters, including a great Mahalia Jackson poster that was beautiful
on your Instagram.
A fantastic Sammy Davis Jr. live in Ithaca College or whatever poster.
Wow.
Love it. Wish I could have it. Couldn't have any of these. But the thing I sent you was were these 2 posters that I took photos of, and they are publication posters from the early from the 1910s or 20s.
Wow.
For books by an author named Robert Chambers.
Right.
Now Robert Chambers is, these were probably romances because he wrote several stories and then he switched over to romances because that's where the money was. But the thing he's best known for is his early stories, which are sort of cosmic horror stories such as show of hands, how many people have seen True Detective season 1? Okay, so the king and the Yellow King, Hafter, the that's Robert Chambers. The Yellow King, like that was his first collection, which was all like the King in Yellow, and so there's the book, the story, The Repairer of Reputations, is this great, really weird, unsettling story just about a guy who's like losing his mind, and it's a fantastic story. He was really good at it, but apparently the money wasn't good, so he quit and went into romances. And these are 2 books from his romance period.
Let me ask you a question here. In this picture from the firing line, we have one gentleman and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 women. All with individual portraits on the front cover. And then at one point, the gentleman, possibly same gentleman, is passionately embracing one of these 6 women, which hard to tell because they all have the same hairstyle.
The women all look the same. The man looks the same. I would say I can't figure out if this is like sort of, if there's multiple pictures of the same woman to sort of like give it a little sex appeal, or if it's like multiple women to sort of show that this guy is a little bit of a saucy player, or if it's just maybe he's a bad artist and can only draw one woman. He's like, can't you tell? There's a mole on this one.
Option B.
Option B.
Yeah,
I think it's probably option B.
He's the playboy in the middle, definitely, because he's doing this pose.
I do that all the time when I want to look sophisticated.
Sultry.
Expensive and handsome. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Pinky, just a little bit in my mouth. Like,
what about me? Okay, I'm going to read you a little piece from Donut Man.
No.
From the Center of Enriched Studies.
No.
Yep. Enjoy a little literature, a little exaltation.
Better be appropriate for all ages.
It totally is. So this is Mommy and Her 3 Friends is the name of the poem. It's not as dirty as it sounds.
It's a poem?
Yes, it is a poem.
No.
When I was 3, my mommy worked so fast in the house, I would swear she had 3 hands. Now she has a maid. This is from a celebrity who went to Center for Enriched Studies while they were in 6th grade and wrote this poem.
No, wait, that's the end?
Yeah, there's the end of the poem. And I would like, here is, they were in 6th grade. That's the poem. So I'm going to give you 3 clues, and you're going to try to guess which celebrity it is.
Okay.
So they were mainly famous in the 90s. They came from a celebrity family. They were in the movie Scream.
Well, that was a good guess.
No.
Skeet Ulrich?
No.
The original movie Scream?
Yes.
Courtney Cox. David Arquette.
David Arquette. Yes.
What?
Yeah, that is David Arquette.
Oh.
The poem.
I do not like that, David Arquette. I do not like that.
So there's a little, you can see a little poem.
That is funny.
Uh-huh.
That is funny.
Yeah. There's also Robert Arquette is also in the book, but who became is now known as Alexis Arquette.
All right.
Yes.
And then Patricia Arquette and Roseanne Arquette are the other members of the celebrity lineage of the Arquettes. I'll just finish up. So Donut Man is this is a Center for Enriched Studies, is a pretty famous school in LA. It's on Pico Boulevard. A bunch of celebrities have gone there. Mila Kunis went there for a little bit. The Arquettes mostly, and different celebrities have kind of gone through there. And so, I just kind of randomly got this book I'm sorry?
Is it Scientology?
No, I don't think so.
I have to whisper it because I don't want them to find me here. So.
No, they'll trace the signal. They got their hands full. But yeah, no, I bought it with the expectation I would find someone famous, and I did.
Yeah, you did. Oh,
we are going to move on to our segment, which is Unearthed Treasure. Unearthed topic, Unearthed Treasure today is light. Joe, would you like to go first?
Sure.
Oh, geez.
I am a literalist, if nothing else, and I want to show off this lamp, which I'm going to make go right by my eyes.
You need to turn that off.
You should put the bulbs right in front of your eyes so it looks like that's your...
Oh, Francis is upset.
Everyone's upset. No. I was awake.
Boy.
Oh, Francis.
So I have a pair of these. I got these. I rewired them myself. They are... It's a beautiful black brass base. It's got this long stem. The problem with here's the thing about lamps, and also, there's a lot of fur on this. Thank you, cats. The problem with
blame the cats.
The problem is when
your dusting is subpar, cats.
Yeah. The problem is the problem with any lamp is it's always finding a good lamp is not the hardest thing in the world. Rewiring a good lamp is slightly more challenging than finding it, but but it's anybody can do it really when once you get some fundamentals down. But the real problem is finding the best shade for it. My father's always looking for shades for me, but he also is always well, I got this shade. It's got instead of having, because most shades most of the best shades for the lamps I have this triangle, the 3D,
right.
At the top. And my dad has the ones that are it just has a little thing at the bottom. And I'm okay, that's... Which is
Pops, you know what I like lamp-wise?
Thank you, however. Hopefully he doesn't watch this. Good thing my dad isn't very supportive. Just kidding. My dad is very supportive. He loves what I do, but he's got other priorities. He's always in a good job.
Go ahead,
you did not ask for my recommendation, but I'm going to recommend where I have found some really good shades in the past. If you have a Habitat for Humanity restore near you,
yeah, there is.
I've gotten some great shades, and also glass bulbs, if you they would go in a ceiling fan over a light bulb. Those things, they usually have interesting ones of those as well. But I've had some luck. I don't know. Yeah. You have them up there by you?
There is. There's one right on the way to my booth at my antique store booth. Yeah, I pass by it all the time. I don't stop very often for some reason.
It doesn't have the kind of thing I look for. When I go there, they don't because I as I say in the beginning, media mostly sell media. They don't have a ton of that. But that is where I found those cool trophies from the TV show Barry. Just because.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, that's where I found 10 trophies from the TV show Barry from the episode where he has to kill a martial arts instructor.
But that's so bizarre to me because normally Restore, I feel focuses heavily on furniture. The best I've done at Restore is, lighting for sure, but frames, mirrors. Sometimes can have cool pictures, but ephemera type stuff.
Yeah.
Not known for it, I would say, but then it sounds like when they get ephemera, it's real good.
Yeah, I think they're right by a bunch of production houses, and it was that kind of ephemera. They were I think they just saw them as trophies that you could buy, and and the guy was mystified that I was buying them, and I'm oh yeah, no, these are TV show props, and he's
cool.
we might have underpriced these. I'm you definitely did.
What is your light item, Chris?
Oh, I also was fairly literal with Joe, and I've mentioned this before in here. I apologize for the nudity. So it's a lady lamp from the very Art Deco kind of Hollywood Regency sort of. So
I'm very jealous of that.
I found it at a thrift store, or not a thrift store, at a garage sale. We were walking down the street with my friend, and they had 2 of these. And he was
Where?
In Atwater. So we got there right when they were setting up, and I was just those lamps are really good. Offer him $10 for them. And so he's very my friend is very uncomfortable making haggling. So
me too.
He did anyway. And they're $10, and they're what? No way. These are both great. And he's just well, what about 20? They're okay. And so we got them for $10 a piece, and and so they're like, it's a bathing lady. You can see her caboose over here. Yeah. And
it's amazing. Those are really cool.
Yeah.
So does the other one sort of the opposite, like the inverse of that? So they would sit.
But the funny part of the story, and I'm pretty sure I've told this, is we're walking away with these two sexy lamps. Two dudes walking away with two sexy lamp ladies.
Sure.
And the people we bought them from were just like, enjoy the lamps, fellas. And like we're going to have sex with the lamps.
What in the world?
And I was just like, I have the internet, my friend.
Like the internet is here. Yeah.
I no longer have to be like, ooh, this lamp lady has got everything
I like. Not 9-year-old, however old, 14-year-old.
Like, from the 1970s. A 4-year-old from the 1970s.
Sexy lamps.
I was planning on enjoying the lamps, but you guys wore them out.
One other fun thing I used to do is I put Chewbacca in a jar for reasons I can't explain. But I used to put Chewbacca next to the on the lady's lamp, so and you could see like the size difference. And it just made me laugh, and people were like, "What's Chewbacca doing there?" I'm like, "He likes his ladies large." I don't know what to tell you. Don't Wookiee shame him. Katie.
Little known fact that the Star Wars movies are actually in the Star Wars universe. They are actually about 1/20th the size of us.
Yes.
So we think that Darth Vader is very scary, but really, like we are like 20 times larger than Darth Vader.
What?
No, true.
Oh, I hate that fact. I could have gone my whole life without knowing that.
It's not a fact. I just made it up.
I don't want to. Oh, thank God. Oh my God. I was like, I don't like that one bit. None of that works.
That is now my most favorite fact of all time. That they are like that's like they are actually, but the action figures are scale.
Actually, maybe we should spread that around because that is really funny and it would mess a lot of people up. Like when you learn how to truly pronounce Adidas, it's an upsetting. There's a few upsetting facts in this world. That would be one of them. So let's make that true.
Wait a minute, Adidas?
Adidas.
What?
It's. Adidas? I know. I'm sorry. And once you know it, you can't unknow it. So I'm really sorry.
Okay. I don't.
I'm amazed. Listen. I came here to teach people things, but instead I'm learning. That's why I love. That's why I love Show and Sell.
But information that you needed to not know, because now you're going to look at that brand and you're going to like sort of trip on it every time you say it. It's going to be hard because you can't say Adidas because
unless
people
you're Diane Keaton in Adida. What kind of shoe do you like, Diane Keaton?
Adidas.
And Nike was a Greek god, a minor one, but I can't remember which one.
Oh, brother!
I think that's actually Nike.
You're just.
It is Nike. That's what I also came here to say.
Neek.
All right, I'm ready for my item. Are you ready?
Yeah.
My item, I'm doing scarves today. So this is a very cool. Can you see the bugs?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's what those are. Okay. Oh, wow. Yeah.
Oh, those are like stag beetles or something.
Mm-hmm.
Or ticks?
No,
they are. I don't know I just really like bugs. It's one of the only things I can draw are beetles. And, I think I've shown my beetles. There's a bunch of.
Your Ringo is excellent.
Yeah, there you go. My Ringo is top of the charts. But I hunted down this scarf, so this was a hunted find because I saw it. I did not want to pay the price that I saw for it, so I scoured resale stores online to get it. But it's a pretty cool thing.
That is pretty cool.
Designer is
beautiful.
Somewhere I find, and it's light colored, and it's one of. I don't have a ton of light colored stuff.
So what would you wear with that? What's the what's your plan with that?
If I was to wear this scarf?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's the cool thing. When I saw it, somebody had worn it like as a shawl because it's really big to a wedding. So they had worn it. And I thought that was a really cool way to wear something like at a summer wedding that had like a really interesting feature on it. But I would probably just wear it with that jean jacket that I showed a few weeks back. Because that jean jacket is the business.
The light and heavy, a play on light and heavy, a light scarf with a heavy jean jacket.
That is my.
But and if you doubt that Katie likes bugs, just look over her microphone because there's a beetle in.
Oh, there literally is. That's really sad.
That is
I like them. Also, hilariously, we had the sprayers come out yesterday, so I like them. but I want them dead. I just don't. Here's what I don't like: brown recluse spiders.
Yeah,
they need to stay away from me.
Yeah,
Yes.
I need them to stay away, and there are enough here that make me uncomfortable.
Yeah. Brown recluse spiders, if you're in the comments, say why do you keep on why you won't leave Katie alone?
Leave me alone. Okay. There was one that was crawling across my floor about before the sprayers came, a few days before, and it didn't see me. It saw my cat, and Ulysses was watching it, and then I got closer to it and it wheeled around to face me, like as if to be like, your days are numbered. That's what the look said in his eyes. And I was, that's not a catch and release. No. You can't catch and release that. In that scenario, when you're being threatened aggressively by the brown recluse, your days are numbered, sir. I'm not doing this. He was not my friend. So
the spider was also a roast master, so he would have hurt you emotionally and physically.
That's true. I went, huh, when he turned. I made a noise. I was alone in my basement. I went, huh. I was not ready for him to advance. And that's where we were with that.
That is hilarious.
Anyways.
So we are going to go to our next segment, which is Joseph.
Tales from the Flypt!
Tales from the Flypt. Tales from the Flypt. We are back with Tales from the Flypt. And the question topic is, do you wear the clothes that you sell? And I can go first.
Please do.
Because everyone else has gone first. So I actually brought an item. This is a wool pineapple shirt of the Japanese woodcut wave. It's like the Kamizaki wave or kamikaze. I can't remember exactly. Mm-hmm. I'll put it up here.
It's the famous wave.
The famous wave. Like you've seen this print. Or this,
I think it's printed on Doc Martens as well. I saw Doc Martens
totally.
it, and it was awesome. I was
printed on Doc Martens.
So this one has a dual pineapple surfing on the wave.
And that's just rude. How dare they?
Very respectful to waves, to pineapples, and to the artist.
Your disrespect it has been blocked by my crystal, which I'm wearing for that purpose, and. I bought this originally thinking, maybe I'll sell this. But I decided once I got home, I put it on. I'm like, actually, this shirt's too stupid to exist. And I kept it. But I guess the answer really is when I buy clothes for me, I buy clothes for me. And when I buy clothes for sell, I sell. I have a couple of shirts that I bought with the intention to sell that I eventually kept. I have a Talking Head shirt. An Iron Man 2 shirt, but mainly because I think it's funny that I have an Iron Man 2 shirt. And because people always comment on the Iron Man 2 shirt, but no one ever wants to talk about Iron Man 2 in depth. They're like, ooh, Iron Man 2, you a fan? I'm like, yes, would you like to talk about the movie in depth? They're like, no. And I'm like, okay, that's too bad. So
sound off in the comments below if you would like us to do a live where Chris talks about Iron Man 2.
Yeah, no,
we'll watch a long party.
So yeah, I basically just when I buy clothes for me, but occasionally things trickle into my lap, but mostly I keep it very separate.
What percentage would you say, not to gender clothing, but like specifically for specifically women's clothing? Would you say
I almost if
very little
women's clothing is given to me, I will sell it.
Got it. Okay, but it's not and t-shirts. You would hunt those racks for. Okay.
Yeah, I do look at women's t-shirts because they're fairly gender neutral.
You should always look at women's t-shirts.
I do.
That's where sometimes
that's where the gold is.
Good ones show up.
Totally. Like the women's that's where I found a lot of pirate treasure there. Katie, would you like to go?
Oh, sure. Seeing I do sell mainly clothing. So there are occasions when I will buy something because of the brand. If I found something that's an amazing brand, it won't matter if it's my size or not. It does not matter to me because I know that it will sell based on the brand alone or an exceptional vintage piece. So that would be like a belt that's too small for me. It might not be too small for someone else. So I'll buy it in that case because it's just crazy cool. Same with shoes. That goes for all of those things. But for the most part, my rule is I buy for me, because if it doesn't sell, okay, then I can keep it. And that rule is almost exclusively for shoes. So if I'm not sure about it, if I'm not sure if it'll sell, it has to be my size, because otherwise then I'm just end up spending the money and then giving it back to the Goodwill. It's just sort of a wasted process. And I made that mistake a lot when I started doing this. And so now I don't do that as much. And I will only buy an off-size shoe if it is specific. Like this I can sell at a high-end reseller.
Yeah.
Because of the brand. But
actually, I think that's a good rule of thumb. I think a lot of people kind of get in their head and go like, well, someone would like this. But I've had more luck going, oh, this intrigues me, so I'm going to buy this.
So I'm going, right.
Yeah, that's why I feel okay taking those weird swings of that. It's just like this. There's no reason someone should like this to exist, but I weirdly love this. So if I weirdly love this,
someone else out there is going to weirdly love that.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how that, and that's always, and I have some regrets in things that I've passed up in the past. And so I would always say, if it's under $10, take the swing. Like stuff that I just should have bought, but I didn't want to spend the $4 or whatever it was, which you're just like, why? Just that's the thing. Like, and I think about it to this, that's never good.
Right.
Never good.
This was your idea.
It's a good question.
That's a great question.
I do. And I think, it's interesting because like that's, I mean, maybe we should have saved that for another topic. Is like, the things you buy. Do you like everything you sell? And I'd say I'm not always in that respect. Like, but I do try to keep I try to like this shirt, for example. I don't think I would have bought this denim, like a denim button down new, but I got it like, I don't know if I thrifted it or I got it in an estate sale or whatever, but it's really like, it just kind of gets incorporated. I'll pick up stuff in bulk, kind of like I'm not as discerning. I'll just go by look alone. I don't really go by label. And the thing is, like, if it fits me, I have gorilla arms, so it's infrequent that I have like something that will fit me very well. And this fits my long gangly arms. So
nice.
If it fits me, I'll definitely wear it.
Your powerful arms.
My arms that are made for holding little dogs. Mark.
Aww.
Well, are you finished, Joe? Or
I pretty much, yeah. I mean, I did actually get a bunch of flannels in that would have fit me because they were from the big and tall. They were XL, so they would have been a little bit baggy on me. But they were all like XL tall, so they would have been really nice in the arms. But there I just I have enough. I sold those for sure. So.
You did? Yeah, stuff like that sells, right? That's like a surefire because people are always sort of looking for that, aren't they?
Yeah.
Did you sell them in a bundle or did you sell them one by one?
One by one. I just put them in the consignment shop in my booth at the Antique Mall consignment shop and sold them all there. So, yeah.
By the way, that's a great question for another time. Do you sell things sold individually versus things sold in bundles or lots?
Mm-hmm.
That is true. I will write that down. I wonder if
our viewers would like to hear about that.
Let us know in the comments. But
right down there.
I'm afraid to say I think we did it, everyone.
We did.
This is another A++++ 5-star thumbs up episode of Show and Sell. Trash Dragons, we say thank you for watching, for continuing to grow. Please tell other people. And Joe, I think you have subscribe. Yay!
Trash!
Thank you, everyone. Like, share, subscribe.
Hey, thanks for coming, everybody.
Don't
and the difference that you make from the cops that you put to the names that you take. You got ladies and bees all giving you honey, and you whack more balls than the color of money. You know Melissa Cherry doesn't do porn. To get funky and do the popcorn, eat your bars from China. Also they say you'll understand when it opens on Friday.